Morning, Steve Reed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, markets are mixed overnight with the bean complex lower, corn and wheat a little bit higher. Outside markets, stocks are still lower, but off the overnight lows. We've got the dollar up, we have crude up, but the precious metals, especially copper, are down, and the other commodities, except for coffee, are also lower. Yesterday, the USDA basically said June 1, corn and soybean stocks are above last year, and a little more of it is in the farmer's hand rather than the commercial hand. The farmer will probably sell that out on any rally, which limits the upside in prices for now. Those stocks numbers, though, do not show the potential picture of a tighter old crop corn and soybean supply situation. And we see the basis continue to be strong for corn and beans, and the inverses remain also strong with July now into delivery. We also note that from a weather standpoint, it's real key next week's weather. The maps are all showing rains for most of the Midwest. Temperatures near normal, maybe a little bit above. NOAA came out with a 30-day outlook, which basically said above normal temps, but below normal precip for Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, parts of western Illinois, then southern Iowa, and maybe Nebraska. So again, it's not a perfect weather forecast for those areas, but it's basically a favorable forecast for those areas north and east. And so we still should be able to grow the crop the USDA is suggesting. And for beans, August is the biggest month for soybeans there. We also note that Europe's drying out. The Black Sea is dry, but it could see some rains in Russia next week or late next week. And not really anything else from a weather standpoint that the bulls can hang their hats on. Recession is a number one topic. Everyone's talking about it getting worse before it's getting better. And maybe the U.S. Fed and central banks reacted to it too late. And then if they do increase rates over the rest of 2022 and early 23, it'll just push U.S. into a recession. Now, the Fed chairman supposedly said that he's not as concerned about the recession as he is inflation. Some of the data, though, shows that consumers already are backing off purchases, especially in the meats, the grains, and also energy. A lot of people are going to be traveling this weekend, but it seems like they're going to take shorter trips, try to find cheaper lodging, less entertainment, and less outside meals. So they're just going to go somewhere and sit for the rest of this weekend. As far as 2022, the first half, stocks were down, dollar was up, crude danced around between 80 and 118. Grains were down, metals were down, especially copper, and you had many of the soft commodities also lower. So it was a risk-off first half of 2022. Don't see anything in the near term that would change that, but some people think that grain markets are oversold and due for a bounce either after this sell-off or going into the late season, early harvest.